What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy China Spartan here, coming at you with another video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a good day. It's a little chilly where I'm at, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing a blanket can't fix. And some hot coffee. But I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I hope everything's good for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great day at school. For those that are going to school today, those that are going to work, I hope you have a great day at work. And we're gonna get right into this video. By any chance, if you happen to stumble onto my channel, my name is China Spartan. On my channel, I just talk about real shit. In my channel, I talk about what I see in the gaming world, whether the news of the PS4 Pro, whether it might be Xbox One, it could be anything related to video games, it could be games, developers, and I also do reviews. My reviews are my reviews, are my opinion. So if you don't like the review, just keep it going. Doesn't matter. You know, some of you guys are gonna like it, some of you guys are not gonna like it, but it is what it is. You know, some of you guys might get butt hurt because the game you love so much ended up being a piece of shit, and I just called it on and you didn't like it. Well, so what, man? That's what we hear. If we're gonna lie about our games and try to act like the game is great when actually the game is not, then we're never gonna get a great game. So, you know, I don't get paid from none of these companies. I don't get paid from these developers to talk good about them. I don't get paid from Sony or Microsoft. I don't get paid from YouTube. I don't get paid from none of these fucking places. So what I'm gonna say is what I feel, because I'm buying it with my own hard-earned money. Ain't nobody giving me shit. So I'm gonna speak on something. If it's trash, I'm gonna tell you it's trash. If it's okay, I'm gonna tell you it's okay. Why it's okay? Why it's not okay? If it's great, I will tell you the same thing. If it sucks, I'm gonna tell you it sucks. It's just basically how it is. You know, that's how I feel about it. But other than that, let's get to today's topic. Today's topic, we're gonna be talking about that there might be a PS5 on the way in 2018. Okay, now. It first came out, there was one of the people from Wall Street, they basically, all these people are analysts, so they kind of, they get paid to analyze what might be the future of say, Sony, whether it's the PS4 Pro or the PS5, what they think, and it's a calculated decision, and from there, they get that calculated decision to the whoever's making the fucking PS4, PS5, or as simple as letting the public know this is what we think is going to happen, and then the Wall Street kind of goes up and down from there. I don't really get too technical into all that shit. It doesn't really matter. The fact is that they got people that do shit like that. Now, there was a dude named Damien Thun, okay? This is the same dude that said that the PlayStation Slim it was being made and the PlayStation Pro was being made, and it came out to be true. They both are coming out this year. So this dude knows what the fuck he's talking about. So just to make that point clear, so nobody gets confused, the dude knows what he's talking about. And he had a tweet where he was like, "Oh, the PS4 Pro," and then he said, "Where's the PS4? Where's the PS5?" And after further going into it, and people talked to him, that he was saying that there's a possibility that the PlayStation 5 will arrive on the second half of 2018. Now, here's a few things that you gotta understand, right? I was talking to one of my friends the other day, one of the dudes I played Destiny with from okay, and he was telling me. He said to me, "Oh, I don't need a PlayStation Pro. I got my PlayStation 4, and I'm happy with that. I don't even have a 4K TV." Well, for people that have regular TVs, PS4 Pro or Scorpio don't mean nothing to them because it's not gonna help them in any way. Shit, PlayStation, Xbox One S ain't gonna help them in any way because they got a 1080p TV, right? But what you gotta understand is that these manufacturers, these companies, Sony and Xbox, are thinking towards the future. You see what I'm saying? They're looking forward, they're not looking backwards. They're looking like what they see is gonna be the next big thing. The next big thing is 4K TVs. Obviously, they're here to stay. Obviously you could tell because the prices are beginning to they're beginning to cost less and less for that same reason. Because they're just making newer models. People are buying them. It's just what it is. So when you look at it, right, when you look at between Sony and Xbox One, right, the Xbox One S has a Blu-ray, a 4K player, and We'll do HDR for games, okay, and we'll upscale to 4K or 2K, okay. Nevertheless, the games are going to look better. Whether which way you want to put it, they're going to look better, okay. And because they're going to look better, you know, on these TVs, people are going to gravitate to start buying them. For instance, look at the Xbox One S, sold out like hotcake. Okay, everybody and their mama went and bought one. You can't even get one in the store no more because they can't find them. It's that hard, right? So Sony has seen this. So here it goes like this. Sony had the choice to just came out with the PlayStation Slim, but the PlayStation Slim is not fucking competing with the Xbox S. It's not. It's basically the PlayStation 4 but slim. That's all. And even worse, they took the optical cable out. So that's even more fucked up. You see what I'm saying? So right there, it's not doing nothing. If anything, it's taken away from the PlayStation. Yeah, you might take $100 off, and you think that's cool. But shit, for people that got Turtle Beaches and Astros, that's not good in any way. That's actually bad. You took up the optical cable out. That's not good. I'd rather you had sold the shit to $399 or $299, whatever the fuck the price of PlayStation Slim you were gonna sell at, and keep the optical cable. There was no need for a Slim. You know, there was none. I don't understand the purpose of this fucking Slim, but there was none. Okay, but whatever, they did it. But here's the thing: if you think that the PlayStation Slim is gonna outsell the Xbox S in this holiday season, you're fucking sorely mistaken. That shit is not selling. It's not gonna beat the Xbox S. It's not gonna beat it. Now I want to make one point clear. I'm not a fanboy. See, my boy front sometimes wants to act like, oh, you know, you're a fanboy Xbox. No. I'm not a fanboy Xbox. Actually, I prefer for Sony and Xbox to keep on bumping heads and competing with each other. Because at the end of the day, we gamers are the ones that win. Okay? Yeah, they're going to make money, but guess what? We're going to get what the fuck we want. More power, you know, more strength for our console so we could get better looking games and shit. But I'll get into that a little bit later. But let's get back here. So now look at it like this, man. So you got the Xbox S. That is by far superior than the PlayStation 4 Slim. That's a fucking problem. You think Sony wants to lose out to Xbox? No. So what do? They make the PlayStation 4 Pro. And here's the reason why. It was already too late for them to go back to put a 4K Blu-ray in it. Okay? It was already too late. Okay? For that reason alone, Sony was like, yo, dude, we don't have time to that, because you gotta understand, if they had to go back to the drawing board, and this is what I'm thinking, alright? PlayStation 4 Pro was already being developed. It's been being developed. It's been ready. They've been doing this for a while now. Okay? That's what they've been doing. You know, and even though when they sat back and went back to the drawing board, like, what should we do? They already knew that they fucking were, the PlayStation 4 Pro was already being made. So, what were they going to do? Go back, lose money on the system they already built, you know what I'm saying, to go put 4K players in, and then hear this shit out. While they want to push, if they wanted to push PlayStation 4 Pro to next year, and say the beginning, you're competing with the NX, and the NX is going to sell out. Just trust me, the NX is going to sell out. You'll see for yourself, it's going to sell out, because people are going to go out there and buy it. It's as simple as that. So, now you're risking a fight with them. Here's the other problem. Who the fuck is going to buy a PlayStation Pro when the Scorpio comes out next year at the second half of the year? So you're going to spend $400 on a fucking PlayStation Pro next year when you spend whatever amount and get a Xbox Scorpio, whatever the fuck it's going to be called next year. You get one of those, which is much more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro. It doesn't make no sense. So what they did was like, you know what? And hold on for a second, and if they went and pushed the PlayStation Pro to next year, here's the problem. You ain't gonna be making no money this year because the Xbox S will fucking outsell in that PlayStation Slim. It will crush it. Trust me when I'm telling you, number-wise, it's gonna crush it. Why? Because people are gonna look at it. Consumers are not stupid. They're gonna be like, okay, hold on for a second. I'll go get a PlayStation Slim, right? Which is basically the fucking PlayStation 4. It doesn't do nothing spectacular. Yeah, they're gonna add the functionality to HDR, but it has no 4K player. That's another thing I was telling Front. I was talking to my boy. He like, yeah, but why would I want to buy that when I already got one? I said, well, listen, check this out. For motherfuckers that watch movies in 4K, listen, if you have a 4K TV, you're gonna want to watch 4K movies. Okay, you don't want to watch no fucking Blu-ray movie. You want to watch 4K movies. That's why the fuck you bought a 4K TV. Hold on for a second. So let me get this straight. So you want to go out there and buy yourself a 4K Blu-ray player, and then you want to get yourself a PlayStation Pro, dude, you're spending at least $800, $700 for the 4K a good 4K Blu-ray player, and the Pro. All Sony had to do was put them together, but they couldn't do that. So now, Xbox One S did it, right? So when people look at it, if you're a person that loves video games and movies, guess what? You're gonna go fuck with the Xbox S, because the S does both things. Okay, so that automatically is gonna put a hurt to Sony's pocket. So that Slim that you're selling for $100 less doesn't mean a fucking thing to nobody, because who the hell wants it? Also, let me explain this to you. Xbox One S, okay, not only has the 4K Blu-ray player in it, it also has the optical cable still on it, okay, and it does the HDR. Go to the Sony PlayStation Slim, no optical cable, no 4K Blu player, and guess what? No optical cable. Here's the other thing. The Pro, we don't even know if there's an optical cable because we haven't been able to see it yet. There better be a fucking optical cable on that shit, because that's going to be some bullshit that you're selling this shit for an extra $100 and it doesn't have it. So Sony, don't play them games. You better put that shit in there. Okay? But it doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player. Here's the thing that you guys got to understand. Hold on for a second. When you look at that 4K Blu-ray Pro, I mean the 4K, the PS4 Pro, and you look at the Xbox One S, I'm not too sure that many people are even gonna fucking buy the PlayStation Pro. I'm gonna get one because I just like the next technology, you know what I'm saying, of my shit. You know, I like the best that I could get, so I could, you know, not streaming, but if I'm gonna do game capture or I want to play my games, I want to play them at the best resolution I want. But that's just me. But for the average motherfucker, I don't think that PlayStation Pro is gonna do a fucking thing for them, and I don't think they're gonna take that over your Xbox One S. I'm just being serious. It's just not gonna work. Now here's the thing. Next year the Scorpio comes out. The NX and Scorpio. NX is not trying to compete with PlayStation 4 or the Scorpio. They're not there for that. They're doing their own fucking thing. So exclude them. But if the PlayStation Pro is still in the market, you know, which will be, but it's still in the market, that shit would not compete with the Scorpio. It's not going to compete with the Xbox One Scorpio. So the numbers that Sony have are going to just fall flat. Okay? Because then Xbox will be number one. They will be top dog. Trust me when I tell you. Because you need to understand something, people. And this is what a lot of you guys forget. Don't think that all your PlayStation 4 40 millions came from Sony diehard fans. That's not the case. You have a lot of people that jump from Xbox One, Xbox 360 over to the PlayStation 4, okay, for namely Call of Duty, or because all their friends just jumped over ship, so they came over. But make no mistake about it, let the Scorpio come out next year and the Pro is still around, or the PlayStation Slim, one of them is still there, and people got it. I'm gonna tell you right now, those fucking numbers are gonna switch over. People are gonna go and trade in their motherfucking PlayStation 4s, okay, and they're gonna go get a Scorpio. Watch and see. You watch and see that it's gonna happen. I'm telling you, I've been watching video gaming, the industry, for years, and I know because I see how people flip flop when shit happens. Okay, Xbox 360 was the best last generation, and then finally, you know, PlayStation 3 caught up, and then they were kind of even, neck and neck. But before that, Xbox 360 dismantled them. See, so you have a big fan base of Xbox 360. You have people playing there. As soon as they saying that Call of Duty jumped over to the other side, everybody fucking jumped over there. Okay, and then they seen, when people start seeing, oh, listen, the Xbox One is only doing 720 while fucking Sony PlayStation is doing 1080p. Boom, which they ain't always doing 1080p. Let's just get that straight. But you know, saying they all jumped because they wanted the best. Let's keep it real. Gamers want the best. If they did, if they didn't want the best, then our consoles would have never, you know, evolved to where it is today. They want the best, and because they want the best, that's why they jumped from 360 over to the PS4. Well, guess what? When they find out next year that the Scorpio is that much more powerful and shit look that much more nicer on the Scorpio, I'm gonna tell you what, those PlayStation 4 people or the Sony people, the same ones that were never diehard fans of the Sony PlayStation to begin with, they're all gonna jump right back, and they're gonna be over here on the Scorpio. Now, what does that happen? What happens then? I'm gonna tell you what happens then. Sony is gonna have to come out with a PlayStation 5. They're gonna have to, because let me tell you like this. Sony and Microsoft are not stupid. You might think that they're stupid. You might think that they're about themselves. They're not about themselves. They're about the gamers. You know why? Because they know without the gamers, their fucking system don't work. Okay, so don't you think for 1 minute that they're trying to alienate you guys in any way, or us in any way. That's not what they're doing. They're gonna be like, wait a minute. So the Scorpio's out. Okay, Scorpio does what? 8 teraflops, 6 teraflops. Guess what? Let's up the ante on that. And they're gonna come out with the system because they want to keep. They want to be king. They want to be number one. And in order to be number one, they gotta be able to compete. The PlayStation 4 Pro cannot compete with the Xbox One Scorpio. Cannot compete. Will not compete. Okay, they know that. If a lot of you fucking fanboys don't fucking see that, then you guys are really fucking naive. Okay, and I know you're not naive. I know you guys know that it's a serious problem. So what is Sony gonna do? Do they rather let lose fan base and have players go over to the Scorpio, or would they come out with a PlayStation 5 to just match it so they could compete once again, and gamers will stick with the console? They're gonna do the PlayStation 5. Now, I believe that this gentleman is very correct. I believe it will be coming out in 2018. Okay, you know, I believe it'll be coming out in 2018. And shit, I don't know if it's gonna come out in the second half of 2018, but to be honest, it might even come out in the first half of 2018. Okay, because I don't think they're gonna want to let they're not gonna want to let Xbox get too much of a head, because they'll catch them even faster. You see what I'm saying? And that's just simple. And to the point of my boy Front, you know. Listen, he was saying to me, "Oh, I don't need all that." But here's the thing: he kept on saying, "I don't need to get no 4K TV. I don't need to move over to get a better PlayStation 4." But here's what's gonna happen, and I'm telling you right now because I could see it coming. The PlayStation Slim, that bitch is gonna be obsolete. That shit's gonna be gone before you even know it. The PlayStation 4, they ain't gonna make that shit no more. That's out the window as soon as the Slim is getting out. Which today, I think today 15 is out today in stores. The PlayStation Slim is out today in stores. So if you guys didn't know that, it's there. But I'm gonna show you something. Look at how they're marketing this. The PlayStation Slim is gonna be coming out at $299. PlayStation 4 Pro is gonna come out $399. Let me show you something. Okay, when your mom and dads, all right, for you guys that are young kids, when your mom and dad go to a store, Best Buy, Target, motherfucking Walmart, GameStop, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, how you doing? I'm here to get I want to get Sony PlayStation 4 Slim for my son for Christmas. You know what the GameStop guy's gonna say? Oh yeah, you know we got it here for $299. See, but if you really want, you know, 4K is the next wave of technology for the new TVs, I wouldn't buy him a PlayStation 4 for $299, because you could just pay the $399 and be ready for when you get yourself a 4K TV. It has better components. It's more powerful than the Sony PlayStation 4 Slim, and at least you get ready for the future. Yo, if you tell a parent $100 extra, fuck a parent. If you tell a parent, you're telling a gamer who comes to your store to buy a PlayStation Slim, yo, for an extra $100 you can get the better option. You're gonna buy the fucking better option. So here's what's gonna happen. I believe that the PlayStation 5 will be coming out in the first half of 2018. Okay. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. That's my opinion. So don't fucking choke me to death because I was wrong. But that's my opinion. And I'm going to tell you what. The PlayStation Slim is going to disappear. Okay? Listen. The PlayStation Slim is going to disappear. That bitch will not be sold after the PlayStation 5 comes out. Because I'm going to tell you what. Xbox One has Xbox One S. And we'll have the Scorpio. Okay? And what's going to happen is Sony's going to have PlayStation 4 Pro and PlayStation 5. That's how they're going to do it, because Sony is not going to want to have a Slim, a PlayStation 4 Pro, and a motherfucking and a PlayStation 5. Because newsflash, this is what's going to happen. If they're going to continue to put money on making Slims, guys, then they're going to lose money, because they're not going to be sold. People are not going to buy them. Once the PlayStation 5 is here, the PlayStation 4 Pro is going to lose price regardless. It's going to slim down. It has to, in order to make room for people to want to buy the PlayStation 5. So, in my personal opinion, and this is for you, Front Mom, since we were talking, whether you like it or not, your PlayStation 4 is going to be obsolete. That shit's going to be gone before you know it. That shit's not going to be there. So, that's going to be gone. And when you do decide that you might want to jump to the PlayStation Slim, don't make that stupid mistake, because if you jump up to a PlayStation Slim, it's going to bite you in your ass. You might as well just bypass that, because that PlayStation Slim is going to be obsolete too before you even know it. So if you're not gonna get a PlayStation 5 front, if I was you, I would get yourself the Pro, because it's gonna be the Pro and the PlayStation 5 at the end of the day. It won't be no Slim. And matter of fact, don't be surprised if the PlayStation Pro doesn't become a Slim before the PlayStation 5 comes out. Okay, because Sony is just that brave. They might be like, yo, let's just, make the Pro a little bit smaller, because we need to make the PlayStation 5 and we got to put resources over there. Okay, and since we're going to do a price drop on the PlayStation Pro, we might as well, redesign it a little and put better parts in it. Okay, so with that said, that's how I feel about it. But see, gamers, don't be mad. See, most of you guys getting mad at you guys are getting mad at Sony and Microsoft for putting out better consoles. Hello, ain't you the same motherfuckers that been saying the whole entire time, oh hey, guess what, we want better consoles? Oh, and let me go back to saying one more thing. Let me show you guys something. The only bad thing about the PlayStation Pro, and this is what's gonna fix that problem. The bad thing about the PlayStation Pro is this, that you can't play your games online at 60 frames per second. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. But here's the reason why. Because Sony is like, yo, for those that buy the PlayStation 4 Slim, okay, or have the PlayStation 4 regular, okay, it's a disadvantage for people that have PlayStation 4 Pros at 60 frame while they're at 30 frame on a multiplayer match. Okay, what you guys don't understand is that's another reason why I'm trying to tell you that the Slim and the PS4 old ones are going to be gone. Because if you have a PS4 5, guess what? The PS4 5 is going to fucking play games at 60 frames per second. So what do you think? That Sony's going to put a PlayStation 5 out there to run at 30? Who the fuck want to buy that? The point to get better games, better system is to run better. Now listen, I believe that the PlayStation Pro can do 60 frames per second. I believe that. But here's the problem. They're not going to let them do that, because it's going to hinder the people that already got the PS4 and the PS4 Slim. That's what's going to happen. So they don't want to do that. But I guarantee you something. When the PlayStation 4 regular is obsolete, the PlayStation Slim is going to be gone. When those two are gone, I guarantee you that the PlayStation 4 Pro games are going to start running a multiplayer at 60 frames per second. And that will be able to so if you're not ready to jump to PS4 5 because you don't have the money, the PS4 Pro at 60 frames per second online will be able to match the PS5 60 frames per second online, and that's where everything will unite and it'll be perfect. And if you don't believe me, do the math. Check it out. Listen to what they've been saying to you. Everything has to run equal between PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Slim, and PS4 Pro. Wipe out those two systems, the PS4 Pro will be able to run 60 frames per second because it has the power to do it. Now hear this out. This is the thing that I'm trying to tell you. Guys, whether you guys like it or not, this is where we're going to in the future. It's set in stone. This is what's going to happen. This is where we're going. Okay? And to be honest with you guys, it's not a bad thing, man. You understand that PC could run at 60 frames per second on a multiplayer match? Why do you think PC can't fuck with us? Can't play with us? Because PC not only could have the mouse and keyboard where they could just point and click and bust your ass on a console, but they're 60 frames per second. You know how great those games run? So guys, don't be mad because Sony and Microsoft is pushing forward and trying to give us better shit. It's what they're trying to do to make it better, because they don't want to also lose out to PC. So while they're competing with each other, they don't want to lose to the PC, because the PC, whether we like it or not, is the master race when it comes to that multiplayer shit. So don't be mad, guys. Be intelligent. Think before you guys go on rants and being mad. The future's coming. And for you, front, my man, damn well what I'm saying is true. And it makes perfect sense. And you know it. And we'll be having a conversation about this shit later on tonight on the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my boy Front, my man CF, my man Tate, all we do is talk about shit when we get online. And you already know, Front, I'm going to be hearing this shit from you. You know what I'm saying? But my man, all honesty, I'll make a lot of sense. And you know that it's a possibility that this shit might happen. Other than that, guys, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'm happy tomorrow's NBA 2K17 launches, so that'll be fun to play for a little while. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you guys found this video useful, you guys like the video, you already know, man. Smash those like and subscribe button. Help your boy, man. Your boy appreciate all the help that he could get. Let's get these messages out to more people so people could actually enjoy what your boy's talking about. Like always, from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. To all my subs that have always been with me, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to keep on making these videos, and you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Tiny Spartan, signing out. I will see you all in my next video. Have a great day. Peace.